Hi friends, and welcome to my Christmas vlog. This vlog is basically just going to be me hanging out and doing stuff over Christmas. I thought it'd be fun to have a little festive vlog to kind of wrap up the year. And in addition, I have my friends over on Instagram. They're hosting the 1000 pages reading challenge, where basically you have a week to try and read 1000 pages. And it's always a fun time. It's always one of my favorite reading challenges because I finished like 5 books and it's a blast. So I will be participating in that. That starts on Christmas Eve and goes through the 31st. So I imagine that's, you know, about how long this vlog is gonna be. But I'm obviously starting it a little bit before the reading challenge starts, so there will be some bookish content in here, but also there's just gonna be some good holly jolly vibes and feel good wintertime stuff. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I guess let's just start the vlog. Cue opening presents with Whitney. This is the Christmas vlog. Oh, hi Christmas vlog. Hi Christmas vlog. I'm currently reading A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy. This is Shelby's Tower of Gifts, beautifully wrapped and designed by yours truly. And this is Whitney's Tower of Gifts, wrapped but carried in a box because she lives on the 3rd floor. Thank you, Jeff Bezos. Whitney has no idea what this is. How'd you know? Oh my god, I've always wanted tobacco mahogany. That is mahogany. Do you just do this on Christmas, or is that my family? I have a dad, so he holds out the bag. Do you want me to get the black bag out of the pantry? I have a Caucasian dad. Oh my god, that smells so good. Disclaimer, I bought this with Whitney a few months ago, and I was like, hey, if I buy this for you, can I wrap it? This smells so good. I'm lighting this as I read tonight. And it's a crackly one, so it's very like wintry and crackly. Oh, it's giving ambiance. It's giving you're gonna drop it. This is my ledge for everything. I'm gonna go with this. Wait. That's the dumb one. Oh, okay. It's for that sticker residue. For Mexican Gothic, that one particular book that you can stick your finger and still hold the book. I forgot what that is. What is that? Gee, let me tell you. No, open those first. Okay. If you see the Amazon sticker on the back of that, no you don't. These are just random stickers. Oh, they're all Taylor Swift stickers. They're Swickers. One for me now. I guess we'll find out what the mystery one is. I have no idea what this is. I wrapped these 2 days ago. Oh! I knew. You left in my car! Anytime I leave anything in your car, I need you to wrap it to me. Okay. Is that a Jeffree Star lip scrub? Oh my god. Close. It's actually Jeffree Star's lips. Watermelon sugar! Thanks. You know me. I'm so real. Oh! I don't know if you have those. No, I don't think I do. But it's different ones than I've seen. Yeah, no, I don't think I have these. Also, it's secondhand, so if any of the pieces are missing, no, they're not. Okay, no. Well, no, I lost the puzzle piece. Oh, these are so cute. I don't know what this is. You told me one day that you needed a new concealer brush, so I bought you a concealer brush. We need to save the best one for last, so do the one below it. Okay. Great video. It's beans. I think I just creamed my pants. It's cheeses. I loved. Can I open them now? It's your present. Do whatever you want. No, I'm saving them for marriage. Okay. At 3 a.m. Okay. Is it shatter me? Shockingly. Yes. Of course. I'm actually really excited to read this though. I know you have it out from the library literally right there, but it was on your Amazon. The bitch is going right back in. I'm nervous because you said this was I don't know if it's going to make it on the vlog, but... A Bible? It's an Ariana Grande perfume.
You think you're better than me? I wear Ariana Grande perfume.
It tells you everything that's in it. I was just gonna do no fairy shower gel, or is that the Sleepy Body lotion? It's fucking fantastic. Oh my god, that smells so good. You like the Laneige stuff? It's just like that. Except it's not tested on animals. Beat that, Laneige. Are you kidding me? I love Lush. You want to kiss and rub it in? You know? Okay. Okay, yay! Look ahead. This is the Washington Monument. It was erected in 1704. Eliza Hamilton helped raise money for it. And then she died. Whitney and I are gonna go look at these Christmas lights. that are over by our local library.
Let's rotate.
We're rotating.
Those Christmas lights.
Oh, these Christmas lights. And we're starting at the Christmas tree, and then we're gonna walk all the way down.
Should I do a heel click?
Yeah. This is the most neurodivergent thing I've ever done. I'm like, ooh, let's go look at the sparkly lights. No flared base. We found a free little library right near the Christmas lights. They were really fun to drive by, less cute when you're walking, but we're gonna see if there's anything good in here. Good morning and happy / Merry Christmas Eve. I never know which one to say for Christmas Eve, because Merry Christmas Eve sounds wrong, but you say Merry Christmas, you don't say Happy Christmas, but Happy Christmas Eve makes sense. Anyways, today is the start of the 1,000 Pages Reading Challenge hosted by my friends over on Instagram. I will link all their accounts below, but like here's a little graphic thing. I don't really have a set TBR picked out for this. I don't really know what I'm gonna read. I think I need like 5 or 6 books left to complete my Goodreads challenge for the year. It might be 4. I don't know, but I have a few books left to complete for the reading challenge. Additionally, they host this challenge every like quarter, so it's kind of like a seasonal challenge. And every year I try and challenge myself to do more than 1,000 pages, because 1,000 pages for me comes pretty easy since a lot of my book / reading consumption is done via audiobook. So for that I try and hit like 1,500 to 2,000 pages every time. So that's what we're gonna go for, but we're trying to reach a minimum of 1,000. So let me tell you about what I started reading this morning. I started The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. This follows 3 different women who are all stood up by the same guy on Valentine's Day. Where was he? What was he doing? That's part of the whole thing. And it'll be interesting to see how this works out. The reason I'm reading this now is because I have the physical book out from my library, clearly, as you can see. But I also have the audiobook out, and I want to return both of those before this one is due and before the audiobook is due. So even though this isn't the most holiday themed read, I'm going to try and get this one done. I don't think I'm going to be reading any like Christmassy book today or tomorrow, just because I've exhausted myself with all of my Christmas books that I wanted to read. By the time you're seeing this, I already have a holiday tier ranking out where I ranked all of my holiday books that I read. So I've like done that video. I can't add any more in this year. So we're not going to be doing really any holiday themed books this week. We're going to start with The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. I'm like 50 pages into it, I want to say. I don't really have opinions yet. Hello. So I haven't done any more reading today. I did Reading Spins with Raven this morning and got about 50 to 75 pages in, and I haven't read any more of The No-Show since. I spent my day editing pretty much all day because I have a lot of stuff going up at like the end of the year / in the new year. So I spent all day editing, and then we went to church with my family, as you saw a little bit of, and now I'm gonna edit some more maybe read a little bit, and then go to bed. So tomorrow's Christmas. We're getting up at 10 and opening stuff. I don't know how much of that I'll film because I don't know how much my family knows that I vlog. So you might just get a little recap after. I'll film maybe Theo opening his presents. So, and by opening, I mean just me showing Theo what he got. So yeah, that's been our Christmas Eve. I'm gonna keep editing, put my headphones on, and just vibe, read some more, or listen to some more of the audiobook of The No-Show. It's now 10:40 p.m. and I have made it to page 120 in The No-Show. I'm about 35%. This follows our 3 women main characters, Jane, Miranda, and Siobhan. This one guy that they're all linked with in some way. What's his name? James Carter? Joshua Carter? Something Carter. Anyways, regardless of what his first name is, they were all stood up by him on Valentine's Day. Miranda is his girlfriend. Jane was his fake date, and Siobhan and him kind of hook up on the side, and they have a very casual relationship. So those are our 3 people that we're dealing with. And Jane has feelings for him, but they're kind of unrequited, or she can't really tell him that she actually does have feelings for him and doesn't just see him as a fake date. Miranda's getting inclinations that maybe he's not being as faithful as she thinks he is. Some other stuff is happening with Siobhan that might be changing things for their relationship. I want to tell you I'm liking this, but I can't. Like I said, I'm about a third of the way through, and I just don't think that any of these characters' stories are really interesting, or I'm not really rooting for our main hero and our heroines. There's so many of them. I mean, there's 3, so like there's not that many. I feel like I'm supposed to be rooting for one of them, and I don't know enough about any of them to root for any of them. And I don't like the guy, so I'm like, why would I even root for you to end up with him when I don't like him in the first place? And their lives aren't linked together in any way, so I don't know that we'll get any interaction between the 3 women, and it's just not really doing it for me so far. I'm gonna keep reading it. Like I said, I'm about 35% of the way through. I read 120 pages for the first day of the 1,000 page readathon, and I'm just gonna keep on trucking. I always read less the first day of the readathon for some reason, and then like I kill it at the end. I want to finish this by tomorrow. I was told to be down here at 10. I'm the only one down here. So my family has finished opening their presents, and I can show you some of the fun things I got. My aunt got me this NARS blush set, which has all sorts of fun colors, and they're all really pretty. Kind of hard to see, but I'm excited to try some of these out. I've been needing new blushes, and I love when they're in a little compact because then I can travel with them. My parents got me the Dot by Marc Jacobs perfume. This has been discontinued. I own a bottle of it, but since it's been discontinued, I am terrified to use it. So now that I have an extra for a rainy day, I'm very excited. My sister got me a Wanda pop figure. I am a Wanda apologist through and through, so I was really excited about this one. This is actually one of the ones I wanted because it's one where she's sitting, so it looks like she's floating when you put her on like a table or shelf or something. And then my parents got me a little silhouette of Theo from Disney World. We have a tradition wherever we're in like Disney World or Disneyland, at some point in your life you get a portrait made. We've got one for all of our pets, so my mom got me one for Theo, which is so exciting. I did cry when I opened that, but that's another story. My mom got me a new pair of Chacos. They're just black, but I wore my old Chacos down to the point where they gave me blisters and they were miserable to walk in. So now I have a new pair of Chacos to break in. I got a case for my AirPods. This was on my Amazon wish list. I got new AirPod Maxes recently, and if I travel with them, I'll want like a nice little case for them. And then my mom got me the collector's signed edition of They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. So this is one of the books I got this year. I also got a bunch of fun little other things, but this isn't like a what I got for Christmas video. This was just like me showing some fun stuff that I got. I also got some like Amazon gift cards, so be prepared to have tons of book hauls in the near future. Good evening, friends, and welcome to another late night update. It's literally midnight, so I have to talk fairly quietly just because I have family sleeping in the house, but I wanted to give you an update while my thoughts were still fresh. So literally at midnight on the dot, I finished The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, which means I read 209 pages today because this book is 329 pages. I consumed this entirely on audio and I'm very grateful for that because this is a 2-star book and I would not have been able to finish it had I read it physically. It was so boring. Our 3 heroines are inexplicably plain, as Scar once said. Boring, pathetic.
Boring, yawning, sloppy, lazy.
And the guy that we're supposed to be like, I don't even know if we're supposed to be rooting for him. I didn't like him either. 80 to 90% of this book was really, really bad setup, and then the last 10% was like trying to remedy that bad setup by having semi-interesting plot points, and I can't say more than that without this being spoilery, so just know that I'm leaving this at a 2-star because I disliked it so strongly. Currently 4:15. I'm on sprints with Raven right now. She's hosting some reading sprints on Instagram live right now. And in the 2 sprints we've done, I started and finished Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is a graphic novel following 2 characters, Nick and Charlie. Charlie's the one with the dark hair over here on my right. He is gay, and then Nick is on the lacrosse team and he meets Charlie, and Nick isn't really sure of his identity. He likes girls, but then he meets Charlie and he's like, I might like a boy too now, and it's confusing for him, and he's learning a little bit about himself through his relationship with Nick. This is so beautifully illustrated. It's so fantastic. I read this back when it first came out. I got an arc of it, so I read it back in March of 2020. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and for some reason my Goodreads says I rated it 4-star. I don't know why I rated it 4-star. This is definitely a 5-star for me. I thought the art was just fantastic. There's a scene in here where it's like covered in florals, and it's when they're at a party. So if you haven't read it, I won't spoil it. But they're at a party and it's like covered in florals, and it's so beautiful. And then like some of the full pages where it's just like a complete storyline, but it's all illustrated and kind of collaged together on one page. It's just so cool. So I'm rating this 5 stars. And this was a nice break amongst all the other books that I'll be reading to help me get some pages in and to help me move along on my Goodreads challenge. I think I only have like 2 or 3 books left for the year. I do have volumes 2 and 3 of Heartstopper that I can read this week, but I'm also going to listen to the audiobook of Daisy Jones and the Six. I thought I had a physical copy somewhere. I can't find it. I brought it on a cruise at some point and it got misplaced in my move, I think, so I don't know where it is. So I'll just be listening to that on audio, but I will pick up the 2nd and 3rd volumes of Heartstopper later this week. So that was so fun. I'm so glad I reread that and got like back in tune with what was happening, because I don't remember anything from when I read it in March. And so now I'm going to read the other volumes and then maybe I'll watch the show at some point. And that was so fun. I'm so glad I reread that because I loved it and I liked it more than the last time I read it, apparently. Now I'm going to take a nap before we go look at some Christmas lights because I am tired. Good evening. So it's nearly 11 and I am reading the second volume of Heartstopper, a little under halfway, and I'm enjoying it so far. So it's still following Nick and Charlie, obviously, but this one is following Nick as he more so comes into terms with like his sexuality and things like that. I think it's well done. I love the illustrations like I did with the previous one. I'm on page 115 and there are 295 pages. So I have okay. That's so weird. I have another 180 pages. I'm gonna sit here and try and finish it tonight. That way I can read volumes 3 and 4 tomorrow. I've not made any progress on Daisy Jones because I went to the little light thing with my parents, which you saw the vlog of. And when I went, I forgot my headphones. So I will listen to Daisy Jones a bit tomorrow. Good evening, friends. My hair is a mess because I've obviously just showered. It is Tuesday evening. And yesterday, I don't remember how many pages I've read. So I'll put the 3-day update of the reading challenge there. It was like 500 or 600, something like that, with the 2 Heartstopper books. So I finished both of them. And today I started the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm like 30% of the way through it. Basically, it follows our main character, Daisy Jones, and this band was formed prior to Daisy Jones. It was called The Six, and it's formed of a group of crazy individuals. And I honestly am not really following thus far. I was kind of in and out of the audiobook because I wasn't super captivated with it, but I'm hoping that now that Daisy has been involved in the story, I'll start enjoying it more. The audiobook is narrated by a full cast, which is really enjoyable. Good morning, or as one of my coworkers would ironically say, happy morning, everybody! It's Wednesday, and I figured I'd update you on my reading challenge. So I did read some of Daisy Jones and the Six last night, and I read 284 pages. So in total, I've read like 1221. That puts me at 85% of the way through Daisy Jones and the Six. This obviously follows, shockingly, Daisy Jones and the band called The Six, which I think I mentioned previously. And basically is just a fictional, but of course biographical account of this band. If you've read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, it's got a similar interview style format, but it's like I predicted, it's really fun to listen to on audio. Everyone says listen to it on audio, and I was like, why? Are they going to sing the songs? They haven't sung any songs. What they have done is each character has their own voice, and there are times where they will recount the same story, but in a different way, or be like, oh, I don't know if I should tell you about that because that was his story, and then he'll talk, and then he'll say the story. And it's just like really well done in terms of how the audio makes sense. I haven't like connected the dots between character voices yet, so that does make it a little challenging at times because I'm like, who really is talking here? And when you get some context clues of like what's happening in the scenario, sometimes you can figure it out. Like the only 2 I really recognize are Daisy, of course, and Billy. So Daisy and Billy kind of, I don't want to say lead the band. Billy was kind of like the frontman of the band when they were just the Six, and then Daisy Jones comes in, kind of shakes things up. She wants to help assist with the songwriting and things like that, which, you know, changes the dynamic of the band and all kinds of stuff. I will tell you, I'm enjoying it. I think it's my least favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book so far. So I have read Evelyn Hugo and Malibu Rising, and now this one. And Evelyn Hugo is my top, and then Malibu Rising is probably just below that. Taylor Jenkins Reid typically hits between like the 3.5 to 5 star range for me. And I think kind of anywhere in between those is how I feel about Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have some like really good hits, and then I have some books that I'm just like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't like great. So I have some work to do today. I'm going to listen to the audiobook and finish it up at work. And then I didn't read any of Heartstopper volume 3 or 4 last night, so maybe I'll do that a little bit at work today. And then I've got to do some content planning. I got to start figuring out a January TBR. It's gonna be a great time. Howdy pals, just got back from dinner with my family. We went to Buy Five, and then me and my dad went to Half Price Books. I'll give you a haul in a sec, but first I wanted to update you. I just turned on my fan because it's really hot in here, so I apologize for that little around me. Finished Daisy Jones and the Six today, and then I'm about halfway through Heartstopper volume 3, Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm gonna give it like a 4 star. I think it's really like a 3.75. My reading experience was like very 3.5. However, the ending was really good and the audiobook was really good, so that bumped it up for me. So like I could say 3.75, or I could just sit here and tell you it's a 4. And then I'm halfway through Heartstopper Volume 3 and I'm feeling fine about it. I don't feel any particular positive or negative draw to this one. This one's definitely like a 3.5 star from me so far. But book haul, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 books from Half Price Books today. I'll show you those. I'm sorry, one more thing. I did get my order in from Barnes & Noble today. I got the fine print and terms and conditions, but look, the covers are different and the spines are different. I'm gonna return them. I like this spine, I don't like this spine. So I really like the one of the fine print. I would keep this one, but I just don't like this one. And I want them to match. So there's that. So I'm gonna return those. Now we can talk about the ones I purchased. Half Price Books had 20% off, so all of these were like 20% off of this. And I sold some books to them and made $17.50 off of that, so I just applied that to this purchase. Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Belfour. I own Hang the Moon, but I don't own this one. And I don't own the first one. This was $8.49. Then I got Finley Donovan is Killing It by El Casamano. This was $13.50. Very excited about this one. If you are interested in like hearing more of a synopsis, I'll do a haul with these later, so y'all are getting exclusive access to my early year haul. That's not going up until 2023, obviously, because you're not even seeing this vlog until 2023. By a Real Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I've been wanting to try Grady Hendrix for a while, and I've heard really good things about this one and A Southerner's Book Guide to Slaying Vampires, but this is the only one they had. This was $12.99. Then I got Hilary Mantel's The Mirror and the Light for $12.49. I believe this follows Anne Boleyn. I think Hilary Mantel writes a lot about Henry VIII. Okay, it's about after Anne Boleyn. This is when he's with Jane Seymour. Oh, it's part of a trilogy. This is the end of the trilogy. I have Wolf Hall. There's a second one called Bringing Up the Bodies. I did not know that. I'm glad I read that in there. I thought they were all standalones, but Bring Up the Bodies is the second book. Good to know, but this was $12.49. I love Anne Boleyn, and I'm on a Henry VIII kick right now, so I was into it. And lastly, I got a hardcover of Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I have seen this show up on numerous people's favorites of 2022 lists, and so I figured I'd give it a shot. I don't know what it's about. It says a black father, a white father, 2 dead sons, a quest for revenge and redemption. I don't really know, but I don't like to read the synopses of mystery thrillers. Sometimes they spoil things in here. So when I do like my haul, I'll read like the first 2 paragraphs, but then I'll or like the first paragraph, and I'll try to not get spoiled. So we'll see. But Razor Blade Tears. So that's my book haul. It's hard to grab them all, so I'm holding them all a mess. All of that, and I walked out only paying $30. I consider that a win. I'm going to take a quick thumbnail with these in it. Here's my page count for the end of today. This is going to be my last update for today, so there's my page count for today, Wednesday through Wednesday. I'm going to try and read more of Heartstopper before bed, so that will reflect that if I do.
Good morning, friends. As you can see, I'm at work, and I wanted to update you about my reading last night. So obviously you saw my page count in the last clip. I did finish Heartstopper last night, and it was my 100th book of the year. I had no clue. So when I finished Daisy Jones, I guess that was my 99th book, and I just didn't realize. And so I started Heartstopper, and then I got like a little notification. It was like, congratulations, you've completed your 100th book of the year. You met your reading challenge. And I was like, huh? So that's super exciting. I have never hit 100 before. It's been my goal for quite a few years. I would say like the past 2-3 years has been 100, and I've just failed miserably every year. And I'm especially proud of that because there were like 2 or 3 months where I didn't pick up a book. I really think the Goodreads challenge helped that a lot. Like I feel like that was the catapult to a lot of my reading, so I am grateful for that challenge. Even though I didn't like a lot of the books I read, it helps me achieve my reading goals, so that's exciting.
Hi vlog! Hi vlog. I'm on the phone with Whitney. I haven't read anything today. Actually, that's a lie. We'll talk about my reading later, but I'm going to talk to Whitney about my reading first. Hi, so I've been really bad at updating. I'll be the first to admit. It's the end of the day on Friday. I have started and now finished The Viscount Who Loved Me, which is the second book in the Bridgerton series. I think I'm gonna give this one 4-star. There are some things that I like that the TV show did, and then there are some things I like that the book did. It's always interesting reading a book when you've already seen like the adaptation of it, so I'll be interested to see how the rest of these books go. I'm gonna do Colin's next because that's the next show that comes out and I want to read that one. Then I'll go back and do Benedict's. But I think that the book did some things really well, and I think that the TV show did some things really well. I think the chemistry is better in the books than it was in the show. I like how the show presented their relationship and how they actually get together a little bit more. And obviously the book is longer, so it's going to go into more depth about the characters themselves. And I like that the TV show uses people of color, because every time I hear like her blue eyes and fair skin, I'm like, she's Indian, what are you talking about? So that's always interesting. But I'm excited to continue on with this series and see what I think. I still need to read Heartstopper Volume 4. That's going to be tomorrow's book. So here is my page count for today. This is everything I've read up until today. And then tomorrow I'll come at you with an update. The only book I'm going to read tomorrow is Heartstopper Volume 4. I don't want to go into the new year with a book that I'm in the middle of. I want to start completely fresh. So in the new year, I'm going to pick up something different. And it's been really fun to finish up my reading this year without the stress of like, I need to finish my reading challenge, because like I said, I already have. Hanging out with Whitney tomorrow, we're gonna go to the library, Barnes & Noble, run a couple errands, and just hang out. So if I vlog that, then you'll see those clips next. And if I don't, then you'll see me wrapping things up. Here you go. Do you want to be on it right now, or do you want Okay.
Of fucking course I want to be on it.
I'm at Whitney's. Are you gonna finish a book today?
Probably my last Vanessa. Oh, is it today I have to finish it?
Well, today's the last day of the month.
Okay. I should finish the like, oh, here's the book I'm reading. Hi vlog. Hold on, it's gonna take a second. Don't get excited. 78% through this book and I've been saving it for a rainy day.
Uh-oh.
It's called My Brutal Alpha.
You know, I did tell my dad about all the books you downloaded with stuff you're getting.
I'll send him all the titles.
He loved Chubby Wants a Hubby. He was in tears.
But this one, I genuinely was like, I'm just gonna read that and get on with my life. Why is it actually good though? I don't remember what it's about.
There was a map this whole time?
This book wasn't here to play. This is about a girl who's going to a club with her friend and then gets kidnapped by aliens. And she is like, oh my god, this is so weird. There's aliens. But then
sounds like the start of City of Bones.
This is City of Bones for adults. And then this other alien. Okay, so the aliens that kidnapped her looked like frogs, so she calls them the frogmen. But then this other guy that looks human-esque, he is a human basically, but just alien, comes and like saves her from them. But like they implanted her with a chip that translates like the alien languages in the English back to them, but it doesn't work. So he's like oonga boonga and she can't understand him for like a full day. But then what you learn to find out, whatever that means, is so she wakes up the next morning in heat. The other aliens had made her an omega. And he's an alpha. And his alien kingdom, whatever they're called, planet, doesn't have any more omegas left. And so they're like, she's gonna save us. Why is it actually good? You would hate it.
Yeah, I can guarantee that I would.
But like, it's really good.
Anyways,
The Brutal Alpha. Misleading title. He's pretty sweet. Hey y'all, it's your boy Skinny Penis.
here you go.
I'm gonna band-aid my knee. Do you wanna see my knee?
Knee vlog. Whitney didn't get anything.
Band-aid hole.
Band-aid hole. I went with the intention of returning 3 or 4 books. And then did I pick up 3 or 4 more? Yes. And I will not feel sorry about that. First off, Catherine Stedman's The Family Game. I don't know what it's about, but it's a book of the month pick and everyone really liked it. Then, Just Like Home
by Sarah Gailey. It has a pretty cover. Kayla didn't like it, but Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Jillian McAllister. Apparently I was in my mystery thriller era today at the library and horror. And then I also did pick up a romance, Mr. Perfect on Paper by Jean Meltzer.
Mr. Perfectly Fine by Taylor Swift?
This author wrote The Matzo Ball, which was one of my favorite romances in like 2021 or 2022. I'm excited to read their next book. So I'm back home and I'm going to read Heartstopper Volume 4 before the night is over, and that is going to conclude my reading for 2022, which is so crazy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the 2023 Goodreads Reading Challenge color is, because it changes every year. This year was orange, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the new color is. I am going to be doing a reading spreadsheet this year, which is going to be new for me. I bought one from Hardback Hoarder. Allie, she did a reading tracker spreadsheet thing, and I bought one because it looked so cool. I had never done hers before. I'd never seen them. Apparently she's been doing them for years for free, and I'm like, you weren't charging for this? Like, this is amazing. So I'm excited to support her and try out this reading tracker for the year. I got some library books. I got a book haul to the gods. If you can see, I don't even know if you can see how many books are over there, but I'm gonna film that in the new year. Just take it easy in the early starts, and I've got some fun reading plans that I'm excited to share, so keep an eye out for those. I will update you once I finish Heartstopper Volume 4, and then I will wrap up this vlog. I can't believe 2022 is nearly over. Our time on this little vlog has come to an end. As I tell you that I finished Heartstopper Volume 4, I'm gonna give it a hesitant 4-star. I want to give it like a 3.5. I enjoy these characters. I enjoy this plot. It deals with a lot of heavy hitting topic, and while I appreciate that in a book, for some reason it just doesn't feel right to me. I feel the same as I did with Volume 3. I'm gonna leave my thoughts at that because like I can't get too deep into it because I don't have like eloquent thoughts on why I feel that way. So that's why I'm giving it a 4 stars, because I just can't come up with a good reason, I guess. That concludes this reading vlog. This has been so much fun. This has been one of my longer reading vlogs in terms of like how long I spent filming it. I had a blast reading so many books. I was editing this and I was like, I can't believe I read this for this readathon. And here's the final page count for everything for the 1000 Pages Readathon, hosted by Jackie, Raven, Shaked Reads, and Pretty Little Library over on Instagram. I will link all of their accounts down below, but feel free to check them out. This readathon has been a blast. It's one of my favorite reading challenges, and I can't wait to do it again the next time they host it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Happy New Year. I wish you all the best in 2023. I will catch you all in the next one. Happy reading!